This is the sad story of the Magicshine R300 radar. In this video, I will tell you everything you need to know about it and whether it's worth it. As you can probably guess from the number of radars I've got on the table here, things didn't go the right way. On paper, it's an average radar. Its claimed battery life is up to 16 hours in day flash mode. It can go up to 300 lumens and has a detection range of 140 meters. The maximum detection speed is 100 km per hour, which is lower than other radars. Most of them range from 120 to 160 km per hour. Its main selling point is supposed to be the price, around $125, which is $75 cheaper than the Varia RTL 515. But when it's on sale, its price drops to $150 and then the difference is only $25. I first received the R300 back in June 2024 when Magicshine contacted me directly and offered a review unit. This was before the radar was officially launched. At the time, I had already tested pretty much every radar on the market, so I was curious to see how the R300 would perform. The radar arrived in a nice packaging. Unlike some other Chinese alternatives, it didn't include a safety tether, but that's no big deal. What really matters is its accuracy. So I paired it with my Garmin Edge 840 and hit the road. Within just a few hundred meters, I realized it made no sense to keep riding with this radar or even waste time reviewing it. It gave me a lot of false positives. Couldn't detect motorcycles or fast-moving cars. It honestly felt like the product hadn't been internally tested at all. It was literally life-threatening to rely on it. I sent my initial feedback and videos to Magicshine and waited for their response. They asked me to check the radar's placement, which of course wasn't the issue. After a few more emails, I was pleasantly surprised when they decided to delay the product launch and promised to troubleshoot the device. I give them credit for that. The second generation was ready by September. I received it in early October, hoping it would be better. Sadly, it was even worse. It randomly gave me false positives, and my Garmin couldn't stop beeping. I was so angry and annoyed by it that I was thinking about throwing my Garmin into a ditch. Yes, it was really so bad. This version was a total failure. Naturally, I was frustrated by then, since I had spent much time talking to Magicshine. I also started to feel like I was being used as an unpaid tester. And if there is one thing that I can't stand, it's a broken product wasting my time. At the time, I was also dealing with mononucleosis, which left me exhausted and unable to stay active, including cycling. Even after 8 months, I still hadn't fully recovered, but thankfully, I've been feeling better lately. I didn't get back on my bike until the end of February, so when I finally started riding again, I took the chance to test the third version of the radar. I will admit, it's better than the last two versions, but it still gives several false positives per hour. I notice it most when riding through the city, but they pop up even in the countryside sometimes. I completely agree with GP Lama here. When a radar gives too many false positives, you can't rely on it, and you start ignoring it. Whenever I ride with the R300, I end up turning around to check for cars anyway. It's a shame because if Magicshine had improved its accuracy, it might have been able to compete with the Magicshine L508 or the Brighton Guardia R300L. Pretty similar names, huh? I tested both radars and they are more reliable. The Magicshine R300 has good side visibility, solid brightness and a decent mount. But in my testing, the battery only lasted about 9.5 hours, roughly 60% of the claimed battery life. Its maximum detection speed is also low, so it can't catch fast vehicles, and it usually detects objects about a second later than the Varia RTL 515, which means less time to react. Honestly, there are just too many flaws and I can't recommend this radar. Quite the opposite actually. I strongly recommend avoiding it, even though you will find plenty of positive reviews on YouTube. I honestly don't know if those reviewers got a different unit than I did, but people who know me know that I call things as they are. And this radar just sucks. It's an absolute disaster. It fails in its most crucial functionality. The Garmin Varia series, that I have here as well, is the most accurate on the market, and no other radar has come close in terms of reliability and accuracy. And let's be real, with a product like a cycling radar, saving a few bucks doesn't make sense. It's a critical safety device, and cutting corners here isn't worth it. So if you are shopping for a radar, I recommend checking out my roundup of the best cycling radars, where I share more details and my experiences. Scan this QR code to access the article. Anyway, I hope you find this review helpful. If you do so, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Ciao!